Game number 2 of the American League Championship Series here in Houston between the Royals and the Astros. And if you missed game 1 of this ALCS, well, what are you doing? Go check that video out in the description down below. Game number 1, before I spoil it, was won by the Kansas City Royals. The Royals are up 1-0 so far in this ALCS, shocking the reigning back-to-back World Series champions in the Astros in game number 1, and they'll try to make it 2 in a row here in game 2. And the victory came to much surprise as Shane Baz, the 5th starter for this Royals team, picked up the victory in that game 2-1. It was a pitcher's duel, but in the end, the Royals barely did enough to win that game number 2. Here we go, though. Game number 3, Royals and Astros from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Lance McCullers will be on the mound for the Astros, and for the Royals will be the former Cy Young winner in Blake Snell, as the Royals try to make it 2-0 against the Astros here in the ALCS. And folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more Royals franchise mode here on the channel. 67% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button down below to join the other 33%. Lance McCullers makes the start tonight for the Astros, area of 18, only pitched 3 innings in game number 2 of the American League Divisional Series against the Chicago White Sox. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to fly out, though, into left field to Yordan Alvarez to start this game off. And here's your Royals lineup for game 2. We've got Witt, Garcia, Perez, Peterson, Melendez, Olivares, Pasquantino, McMahon, and then Kyle Lewis in the 9 spot. Luis Garcia up now on the 2-2 pitch. Garcia gonna hit that one into left field. That ball will get down past Yordan Alvarez. Luis Garcia is on with a 1-out double. So Garcia's standing on scoring position now for Salvador Perez. Finally got a hit in the last game, but immediately just reverts to his old self, striking out right there. 2 gone for Jock Peterson. The 22nd pitch of the inning from McCullers is strike 3, setting down Jock as we go into the bottom of the first. Here comes Blake Snell. 2 starts so far in the postseason against both Boston and Cleveland. ERA of 3.38 over 2 games. Snell will see Kyle Tucker first in the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Tucker on the slider away. 1 gone for the former MVP and Jose Abreu. Abreu into center. I don't know why Kyle Lewis decided to jump right there. I think I accidentally hit R1. It's going to fall for a base knock. Abreu is going to be on first base for Yordan Alvarez. It's not going to matter, though. Alvarez is going to ground right into a double play. Witt to Garcia. Garcia over to Pasquantino as we go into the top of the second. McCullers, of course, now dealing it to MJ Melendez. Melendez has been pretty good in the playoffs, but he'll strike out right there. Edward Olivares now on the 3-2 pitch. Will strike out on a slider. 2 gone now for the 7th spot in Vinny Pasquantino. Full count offering. Pasquantino hits a cutter in the left. That ball should get down. No! Taken away right there by the shortstop in Jeremy Pena. We go into the bottom of the second. Jose Altuve striking out. Can't catch up to the high heat by Blake Snell. Pena now up on the 1-1 pitch, putting one around the ground to Vinny Pasquantino. Nice snag by Pasquantino over at first. 6th spot up will be Chas McCormick on the 1-1 pitch. McCormick hasn't seen too much action in this postseason so far, as he only hits left-handed pitching, and McCormick flies out to center field over to Kyle Lewis. So one center fielder flies out to another. As we go to the top of the third, Ryan McMahon, the former Colorado Rocky at first, is going to fly one out to the aforementioned Chas McCormick in center. 1 gone for Kyle Lewis. Full count offering, sinker, kind of almost center cut. It's going to be bobbled a little bit at third by Alex Bregman, but Bregman is going to collect himself and make the play out over to first base. 2 gone for Bobby Witt Jr., and they say Witt went right there. They're going to say Bobby pulled the trigger on the slider away to the bottom of the third. Brandon Lau up first for Houston. Lau going to rip one into center field. Sounded like a perfect, but nonetheless, Brandon Lau's on with leadoff single. And after a stolen base, Bregman comes up, strikeout, fastball up and in. Again, Bregman's been on fire in the playoffs, went yard in the last game to tie this game up at 1, to tie game 1 up at 1. But anyways, Logan O'Hoppe comes up with 2 outs, or with 1 out. He will fly out into right field, making the 2nd out of the inning. Bringing up the leadoff man, Kyle Tucker, swing and a miss, fastball way up there. Snell puts him down. We go to the top of the 4th. Luis V. Garcia up first in the 2-2 pitch, hitting that slider in left field. His last at-bat was down the line. This time it hangs up for Yordan Alvarez. Salvador Perez, ice cold in the playoffs. Again, got a hit in the last game, but this time flying out into left to Alvarez again. 2 gone for Jock Peterson on the 1-1. Perfect Jock Peterson. Hanging slider right down the middle, given to him by Lance McCullers Jr. And Jock Peterson's 4th home run of the postseason goes 433 feet. And the Kansas City Royals have taken a 1-0 lead here in game 2 in the 4th inning. It's a Jock bomb for Kansas City. 1-0 for the Royals as the underdog continues to impress MJ Melendez now comes up here with 2 outs, and Melendez just as a knuckle curve right up the middle. It's going to get through. Melendez will be on with a 2-out single, making way now for Edward Olivares on the 2-2 offering. Olivares takes the cutter the other way, but it will be played by Jose Altuve. But the damage has been done at least in the 4th inning. 1-0 for Kansas City. Let's see if the Astros can tie this game up. Like Bregman's solo shot in Game 1, we'll see if they can do it again. Jose Abreu, however, strikes out. Here comes Yordan Alvarez in the 1-2 swing and a miss. Snell gets him again on the fastball. Jose Altuve with a 3-2 count. He's got him. Snell strikes out the side with 2, 3, and 4 for the Stros. We go to the top of the 5th, and Vinny Pasquantino, just like MJ Melendez has hit earlier, hits a weak ground ball, but it gets through up the middle. He'll be on first base for Ryan McMahon. McMahon on the ground. Jose Altuve there with the turn. Altuve to Pena. Pena over to Abreu. 2 gone in the top of the 5th for Kyle Lewis. Lewis strike 3 on the slider. To the bottom of the 5th, we now head 1-0 our score. Pena up first in the full count. He's going to pop one up to second base. There goes Luis Garcia with the play. 1 down for Chas McCormick. Pitch number 72 for Blake Snell is going to be hit into right field, but there is Edward Olivares. Olivares ranges back a little bit and he'll make the play. 2 gone now for Brandon Lau, the designated hitter on the 2-2. Takes Snell deep right field. No doubt about it. You can kiss that one goodbye. No doubter from the 7th spot, and Brandon Lau, his 3rd postseason home run in 2024, and the Astros tie this game up at 1. Bregman now on the 1-1 pitch is going to get popped out to the 3rd baseman, Ryan McMahon, but again, the Astros, just like in Game 1, tie this game up with the solo shot. To the 6th inning, McCullers is done. In comes Sean Fuentes. Fuentes, 22 years old, comes into this game in the regular season with an ERA of 4.34. Bobby Witt Jr. up first in the 1-2 pitch, hits that ball into center field, but Chas McCormick is there. 1 out for the 2 spot, which means Luis Garcia. He's 1 for 2 in this game, and Garcia will now walk, putting a runner on with 1 out. That batter will now be Salvador Perez on the 1-1 pitch. Perez, okay, it's going to be charged by Bregman. Goes to second. Garcia is safe. Perez, oh, everyone's safe. I don't know how you score that, but first and second, 1 out for Jock! Peterson goes yard again! His 2nd of the game! 4-1 Royals thanks to Jock Peterson's 2nd home run tonight, his 5th of the playoffs. 405 feet for Jock Peterson makes this a 4-1 game. Peterson is responsible for all 4 runs scored tonight by the Kansas City Royals, and they've now taken a 3-run lead over the Astros. The underdogs keep on hitting. MJ Melendez now going to fly out or pop out on that splitter in by Sean Fuentes, but my goodness, you can't ask for more clutch deliveries by Jock Peterson than what he's giving this Royals team. We go to the bottom of the 6th, up by 3. Blake Snell back in line for the win. He'll strike out Logan O'Hoppe on the curveball right there. 1 gone for Jose Abreu. Abreu hits one hard in left field. That ball's going to get down. He'll be on with a 1-out single, making way now for the 3 spot in Yordan Alvarez. 97th pitch of the day for Blake Snell, but is going to be a line out. That'll do it for the 6th. To the top of the 7th, Rafael Montero now pitching for the Astros, 3 1/3 pitch so far this postseason. 0 runs given up. Vinny Pasquantino first on the ground right to Jose Altuve at second base. Altuve over to Abreu. 1 gone for Ryan McMahon on the full count offering. McMahon takes a high fastball. Pretty hard hit into right field. Just feels like Ryan McMahon has no juice at times. 2 down for Kyle Lewis on the 1-2 offering. Lewis, what have we done? There's a reason he bats 9th. It's okay. To the bottom of the 7th, we now head. Snell staying in the game. Pitch 101 right there to Jose Altuve, but Bobby Witt Jr. going to make that play to his right on the run. 1 gone for Jeremy Pena. 2-1 count. Pena hits that one to right field. I think 1 more hitter or 1 more guy on base will probably do it for Snell. I'm down to keep him in, though. Pitch 109 to Chas McCormick. Sit him down. Slider in, 2 gone. 7th spot up, Brandon Lau. He's 2 for 2 with a home run. This time he strikes out. Snell gets his get back. 11 strikeouts in 7 innings as we go to the top of the 8th. Ryan Stanek now pitching for the Astros, but what a performance out of Blake Snell to get us to this point. We just need 2 innings out the bullpen, up by 3. Assuming we get no insurance runs, which I'll take, but after 2 bad swings by Bobby Witt Jr. and Luis Garcia, it doesn't look like we're going to get that. And okay, I mean, with Salvador Perez up, you can kind of count on a strikeout as well. So Stanek strikes out the side as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Dylan Coleman now pitching for the Royals. 5 innings pitched so far this postseason. 6 strikeouts, no runs given up. You'll see Alex Bregman first in the 1-1 pitch. Bregman, again, October is his month. Bregman gonna hit that one to left field. 103, I think, off the bat, or 113 off the bat. Is Logan O'Hop? They're gonna say he went right there. Bregman, by the way, passed on a pass ball, got over to second on a pass ball, and that's gonna play dividends for the Astros. Kyle Tucker launches one in the right field, and just like that, the Astros get one back. It's a 4-2 game thanks to both Tucker and Bregman. Tying run to the dish. It's Jose Abreu on the 1-1 pitch. Abreu gets popped up. Vinny Pasquantino's there. Up to the dish will be the lefty in Yordan Alvarez, which means we will bring in a lefty as well by the name of Andrew Chafin. Chafin's in to get one out, do a job. Chafin versus Alvarez in the 1-1 pitch. Alvarez hits one left field. MJ Melendez going back, and he will make the play. To the top of the 9th we go. Jock Peterson up first for the Royals, hitting one on the ground opposite way. Not a home run this time. Alex Bregman throws the length of the diamond, makes the play. One out for MJ Melendez on the 1-2 pitch. Melendez, they're going to say he went. Seth Martinez, going to get him with the fastball in. Edward Olivares now in the 2-2 count. Olivares, an absolutely atrocious swing on the slider. That's fine. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Again, the best closer in baseball. Blake Trinan comes in for the save. 3 outs away from setting the Royals up 2-0, going back to Kansas City for Game 3. Altuve lines out to first. One gone for Jeremy Pena. Down he goes as well. 98 on the fastball. Chas McCormick, the last hope for the Astros. Down he goes. Blake Trinan sets him down on the fastball, and that's going to do it for Game 2. The Kansas City Royals take down the Houston Astros by a score of 4-2 here in game number 2 of the American League Championship Series. And again, we are now 2 games away from advancing to the World Series. On the National League side, it's 2-0 currently for the New York Mets over the San Francisco Giants, 2 teams that the Royals have last met in the World Series previous to this point. But 11 strikeouts from Blake Snell and the 2 home runs by Jock Peterson are what put the Royals above the Astros here tonight in game number 2. They are 2 games away, and honestly, now going back to Kauffman Stadium, it's very plausible the Astros are done and the Royals can end the dominance in the dynasty over the American League that the Houston Astros have had over the last 3 years. But hopefully, again, we can get the job done. Just got to win 2 out of 3 in Kansas City, and hey, we're going to the World Series. We've got, of course, till 7, but we're hoping we can get it done within 5. The Royals are victorious in Game 2 as we go back to Kansas City for Game 3 tomorrow night. Folks, you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more, and leave a like if you are enjoying the series so far. Thanks again for watching, and Mamba forever.